Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Je me présente Nicolas Jagneaux. Je suis professeur de français au lycée de Ville Platte dans la paroisse d'Evangeline. Hello everyone. My name is Nicolas Jagneaux. I'm the French teacher at Ville Platte High School in Evangeline Parish. The lesson that you're about to watch is one that involves the game of pétanque, which is a very popular leisure activity, and more than leisure activity, even a semi-professional sport throughout France and the rest of the world. It's my hopes that in having this game be learned by my students, they'll not only be able to learn French vocabulary and verb tenses and dialogue with one another, but they'll learn a lifelong skill, something that they can carry with them in the backyards or when they travel, hopefully, to France or other parts of the world, that they can find a way to integrate themselves into the local culture. The objectives in this lesson are based on the Louisiana Foreign Language Content Standards. By the conclusion of this lesson, the students will be able to organize themselves in a pétanque match played according to standard rules, and to speak French to each other while playing using specific pétanque vocabulary. Prior to this lesson, the students have learned general sports vocabulary and vocabulary associated with more popular sports like soccer and basketball. We've also learned how to use not only the present tense, but also the passé composé, a past tense, and the near future tense. The students will have to employ all of these in playing the game. I personally prepared by forming an alliance with the Lafayette Pétanque Club. This connection resulted in a collaboration with the president of the club, Mike LeBlanc, who will be featured in the video. He's going to be coming into the classroom and going outside with us as we play. I also have played pétanque in Belgium, where I learned the rules and the specific vocabulary. In putting the lesson together, I knew that I would be using modified Kagan techniques like pair, write, and share. And so in creating the student groups, I took advantage of individual differences and abilities. Taking that into consideration, I divided the group up based on differences in reading, writing, and speaking abilities, pairing students on those abilities, but also on personal attributes. For example, pairing more outgoing students with more reluctant ones, hoping to generate more dynamic groups that way. Because I know the students pretty well, that they're in French 2, we're halfway through the French 2 year, and I've had them for a while, I'm able to monitor their groups in a more efficient manner. I know which groups may have a little more difficulty with certain aspects, the reading aspect or the writing or the pronunciation, and so during those activities I'm able to circulate a little more efficiently, finding myself near those groups in times of need in case they would need to find anything out. Without further ado, let's take a look at the lesson. Allons-y. Ça va? Bonjour. Bonjour, Rodriguez. Bonjour. Comment ça va? Bonjour. Bonjour, salut. Bonjour. Salut. Ciao. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Ciao. Today, we are going to start a new lesson, and we are going to learn about a very important pastime, game of leisure that's played in the south of France, but it's also a game of competition. So there are people who earn money and are sponsorships all over their shirts. They get paid dollars to travel around and play. It's a game that might even be in 2024 in the Olympics. And that game is called pétanque.
2024.
Pétanque is the name of the game, and it's a game that's played by throwing balls at a target. So there's a targeting game. Go ahead and get to you. Take a ball and pass one around. All right. Let me give you another one. Just kind of pass it around. You can hand one to Marcation. All right. So you'll take a ball. So it's a game where those balls, you can feel how heavy they are. So the game is called pétanque. It's an easy game. You don't have to be a super athlete in order to play. It just requires you to have hand-eye coordination and to judge your force when you throw. Okay, so here we see in the video, we're going to see that it's played for fun, for leisure in the backyard. Absolutely. This is anybody who can play this in the backyard, but it's also semi-professional in that the people that you see playing here are sponsored by the, who do you think might sponsor somebody in a pétanque match? Who might sponsor?
A personal patron.
personal patron, so somebody who just is rich and he just loves pétanque, and he's like, hey, I love pétanque so much, and you're really good, and I'm going to get, maybe like Nike, right? So Nike might, maybe, so why does Nike sponsor people? For what reason would Nike sponsor?
To make money.
How to sell
bring
sports
attention
products.
to there.
You have to advertise, and Carlos, you said? To bring attention to it. All right? So, before we start doing any playing at all, we need to learn a little bit more about the game. We need to learn some more terminology, some specific terminology for pétanque, not just general terminology. And you're going to do that by reading. Vous avez une lecture culturelle. Vous allez lire une lecture culturelle. You're going to read a reading. Vous allez définir quelques mots. You're going to define a few words. Et vous allez répondre des questions de compréhension. And you're going to answer some comprehension questions. So, mettez-vous en partenaire, mettez-vous en groupe de lecture. Mettez-vous en groupe de lecture. Allez. Tu es prêt? Are we ready? Tu es prêt? Now, so then, forgetting about that part, if you never learned it, what's the next thing we're going to do to start a match?
Let's begin.
Let's begin. On commence. How are we going to begin the match? What's the first thing we're going to have to do? Bam! We have to play rock, paper, scissors. How do we say that? How do we say it? So we can say, commençons. Here.
Je vais tirer ta bulle.
Now, right here, you said je vais tirer ta, and you said bulle. But it's not bulle, it's boule. Ta boule. Je vais tirer ta boule. So, yesterday you practiced with a partner your dialogues. And you sat at a desk and you talked to one another. Today you're going to come up and you are going to actually say your dialogue out loud in front of everyone. Vous allez avoir une petite discussion.
Bonjour, tous vos jouer à la pétanque. Allons-y.
Encore. Encore. Si vous avez une question, levez la main. Si vous avez besoin d'aide, dites à moi.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is the time. The V.
Changed a little bit. I put after the coaching, I put the coaching A. Is going.
I think it's
What is he trying to do?
when you don't
You got this.
get
What is
anything
what
else
is the shooter?
To hit the balls.
There we go.
Could just put here.
Is it salt or syrup? Are you on salt, syrup,
No.
Vous avez une question? So the bulls that are closer. Okay, that's perfect. So they rule. And then the way we're going to say that or closer is actually weird. Because you use the word that you normally use for who. But it could mean who, or it could mean that if it's a pronoun. So what key exactly is that?
So we can either do here, papier, ciseaux, or we can put our hands behind our back and say choose a hand. But let's put that in French. So I'm gonna work through this. So we're gonna put four, which means in order to. So four décider, in order to decide.
C'est Monsieur Mike Leblanc. Et il est ici avec sa femme. Qui est derrière. C'est Madame Angela Leblanc. Et il va parler un petit peu sur le pétanque. Ouais. Et on va aller jouer dehors. On va aller jouer à l'extérieur. Ça va? Vous avez compris? You understood? Ok, excellent. Et je présente Monsieur Mike Leblanc, président.
Ça, c'est Mike Leblanc. OK. 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 Quoi on va faire? OK. Vous avez déjà entendu de le jeu de pétanque?
Now I'm going to explain vous autres, because that's Cajun.
Well, il faudra que ça tombe vous autres.
Exactement. Vous autres is y'all. That's how the Cajun can say y'all, right?
Third person plural.
Yeah, so we say y'all. So that's just a little thing. So I'm sorry about that. So that's one that they hadn't heard.
Well, you see, il faudra que tu apprennes à parler français comme moi, pas comme lui.
Okay.
OK? Parce que moi, je parle le vrai français de la Louisiane.
Oh.
The spoiler. Remember how we counted the rules and it's a spoiler? We're on the spoiler.
Because it goes by who's closest to the push net. But if the other team, we the only people that can get a point if we're the closest.
And if our second ball is
Second ball is not on our team, then no one else can do that.
There you go. I'm going to do something called flambe. Is it my turn? Flambe. Now, that's it. Yeah. You know about flambe. Okay, this is what she's doing like this. I'm going to do it like this. So there's tire, puente, and flambe. And you flambe when somebody's in the way, and you can't get around them. So this is how we're going to do it. Flambe.
Très bien, comme ça.
I like that. You make it up with your brother?
You want next, so I gotta go.
Oh, I got it.
Ok, viens compter les points, viens compter.
À choisir en main. Vous êtes prêts? Choisir. Faut. Nous allons jouer combien?
Est-ce qu'il y a une équipe qui a gagné? Vous avez gagné, très bien. Et le score, qu'est-ce que c'était le score? Attends, qu'est-ce que c'était le score? 5-0. Vous avez perdu 5-0. Si vous avez perdu 5-0, il faut faire quoi? Tu dois embrasser qui? Tu dois embrasser qui?
La Fanny.
Non, tu dois...
Ils doivent embrasser la Fanny.
Elles doivent embrasser Fanny. Très bien. Allez. Embrasser. Voilà comment jouer à la pétanque. That's how we play pétanque. I think I met the objectives I had set for myself for this lesson. My students now are able to organize themselves in French using proper pétanque vocabulary to play a game of pétanque. They can even teach other people how to play pétanque and do so in French if they need to. During the rest of the spring semester, we're going to work on it some more. We're going to learn more vocabulary and other structure for other topics, but we're going to take what we learn, bring it back out to the pétanque courts in the spring, and progressively they'll have to speak less and less English to each other and more French, so that hopefully we have only French being spoken while they're playing pétanque by the end of the spring semester. I know that I achieved my goals by a couple of measures, including some informal measures like dialoguing with the students. I spoke to them, questioning them in French, and they had to respond back to me while they were playing. And though you didn't see it in the video, there is a formal evaluation that occurred for this topic. In the future, I do need to make a couple of tweaks. For example, I didn't time this lesson very well. I have gotten the collaboration of the English teachers. We are going to write a persuasive letter to government officials, school board members, city council members to build proper pétanque courts and persuade them why it's important. But I didn't time this lesson very well to happen in the English classes when they're also learning persuasive writing. I need to do that better. I also will be cooperating with the digital media class in the future to produce a promotional or a how-to video. It'd be a nice project for us to put together and put out in the World Wide Web. Finally, I'd like to thank Ian Chapman, who's a French student, but he's also a member of the digital media class. His help in putting this together, this video was instrumental. Now, I hope that I've encouraged you to go out and play pétanque. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me and we'll get together and play. Au revoir.